Alright, so hey guys, so today you have my Q&A video. I'll probably also upload some regular show fan art just because I also have that video that's already all finished, and if I don't upload it now, I'll be putting it off another week since it was supposed to come out 2 weeks ago to begin with, but I kept putting it off. So today's going to be a double upload, but we have the Q&A video, and while I answer the questions, I'm going to be working on this little gem that I found. It's a drawing that I did maybe around 2 months ago, 3 months at the latest, and it was supposed to be like a group photo of all my toward OCs, because I've been really getting into those OCs recently. So yeah, while I answer the questions, I'm going to work on that, but hopefully not get too distracted by the questions or by the working on this. I don't know how distracted I'll get by the questions, but let's start. Okay, so this one actually has pencil lead in it. That's good. Alright, so I'm not going to say who asked the questions just because I don't know if they'd want me to say their username. But if you ask one of these questions or you ask a question and you're fine with me saying your username, I'll add it in the description below if for some reason you wanted me to. But just in case somebody didn't want me to, I'm just going to ask questions without saying whose username it was who asked, even though I do have the usernames for some of the questions written down already. So let me get started. Alright, so the first question is, what is your oldest OC and what is their story? My oldest OC, I actually had to think about this question a little bit because I wasn't 100% sure on what my oldest OC was. At first I thought it was Hannah, but then I remembered that it was actually Sophia, since she was the first OC I ever created, whereas Hannah was just the first OC out of my two OCs, which are Hannah and Sophia, that I ever drew. So actually, I've had Sophia for longer, but I ended up creating Hannah and drawing her before I ever drew out a character design for Sophia. But Sophia is actually my first OC I created for role-playing because I just wanted an OC to role-play with, because when I was new to role-playing, I realized you could have OCs, so I wanted one. And I have no regrets, because now OCs are my life. And Sophia's story, I guess I'll say her story now, rather than her original story. And then I'll talk a little bit about her original story. So her story now is actually that she just plays as, like, Hannah's sister. And that she kind of is, like, shy and awkward. A little bit like, if you know my OC, Olkson. She's a lot like him, but in a different sort of manner. And she's not gay, of course, but in a way she has the same sort of shy and softness that he does. And she's really smart, and she has the powers to turn into animals and to talk to animals, and also has the power of healing, which comes in handy when one of her family members dies, and the power, what other powers does she have? She has a levitation power, but she has yet to unlock that power, because she doesn't, like, know all her powers right off the bat. She has to figure them out herself. Like, all demons have to figure them out themselves. Even though her parents know them, they want her to figure them out on her own. So she hasn't figured that power out yet, and she doesn't really have, like, a full-blown story. She's just kind of supposed to be Hannah's twin sister, and her mother is, like, my OC Beatrice, and her father is Bill. And yeah, that's really her story. And she was originally based off of Snow White, so that's where the idea for her to talk to animals came into play, because like a year before I created her as a character, I had went to Disney World, so that's why she's originally created off Snow White, because I was really inspired by Snow White from Disney, because I went to Disney World. And she was also inspired a little bit off of Sophia the First, because at the time, somebody I followed would post a lot of content about Sophia the First, so I started watching the show because of them, but then I don't watch it anymore, but I used to because of them. So she was based off of Sophia the First, and also based off of Snow White, so that's where a lot of her inspiration came from, mixed with a little bit of inspiration from my real life best friend. And one other thing to note about my OC Sophia is that her name is spelt like Sophie, so Sophie is how you spell her name, but you pronounce it like Sophia. So you spell it like Sophie and pronounce it like Sophia. And the reason I did that was because I didn't like how the name Sophia looked when it was spelled out, but I didn't like how the name Sophie was pronounced. So I just switched it around, if that makes sense. And that is question number uno done. See, I know Spanish. I said uno. That is question number uno done. And let's move on to the next question. How did I get this many followers? Really, I'm not even sure how I got this many followers. Because one day I just started gaining followers rapidly, all because of that OC video, how to make a good OC versus bad OC, which went viral, and I don't understand why, since 99.9% of the comments are hate comments on that video, but I know that that's what gave me all my followers, and honestly, I look at my account compared to other people's account, and I don't even feel like I deserve the followers I have, which makes me more blessed, because I don't feel like I deserve them, because I know that if I never made that how to make a good OC video, I would still probably have like 30 subscribers right now, but because I made that video, rapidly people started following me, which makes no sense since everyone hated that video, but they started following me anyway, and now I have a lot of followers. But actually, the follower count that I have doesn't add up with the amount of views and comments I get. I get like the amount of views and comments that I've always gotten, even before I had 1,000 subscribers. So, really, people are just following me because of one viral video without actually checking out the rest of my videos. They're just following me. So, a lot of my followers aren't, like, loyal, I guess. I don't feel like a lot of them are. I mean, I'm not trying to dish you or anything, but a lot of the time I only get, like, 30 views per video and, like, one comment if I'm lucky per video. Where it's like, I have 1,000 subscribers, so you'd think I'd get more, but that's just kind of saying that most people just followed me for that video. But I am still very blessed for all of you, and I am very thankful that I have all of you, especially the true and loyal followers, because I have made a lot of friends doing this, and that's really why I started YouTube, was to make a lot of friends, because in real life, I'm not as good at making friends as I am on the internet, so I thought, I'll make all my friends online. Online friends are real friends, and now I have all you wonderful online friends. I have at least 5 online friends I can list off the top of my head, but I won't, because I don't know if they want to be mentioned in this video, but I have at least 5 friends I can list. Whereas, in real life, I only have 1 friend, but that's okay, because she's probably my closest friend anyway. Like, my closest friend in the world. So it's okay. So anyways, that's really how I got all the followers, just because I made that one how to make a good OC versus bad OC video. And I'm actually planning on doing a remake of that video so that I can do it properly instead of badly, fixing all the problems that people claim to have had with it. And that's going to come out soon, sometime by now in the end of the year. I'm hoping to have that video come out. So the next question is, what is my biggest art struggle? My biggest